we'll get started. Welcome everybody. I'm actually got my really happy face on because I love listening to Danielle. I really do. She has a way of explaining things, and for me it's like ding, the light goes on and I understand everything. And this is a topic, the menopause, the stages that women go through, which is obviously a really important part of what you live. And Gernetic has come up with certain solutions to correct some of the conditions of the skin experiences and the body experiences when you go through those stages. So I want to welcome everybody. I think everybody's just starting to turn up. I'm just going to mute everybody so that we don't have any sound. It's more lovely to see you. Janice, it's lovely to see you too. I'm so happy you made it. Yeah, so the preparation for this webinar, I would call it, has taken Danielle quite a lot of her time and focus, and I know that Jacqueline also worked on this as well, so I hope she's with us too. I know she's going to join us, so I think I'll hand over to you, Danielle, and you can take it from here. Okay.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining us today. I know I've had quite a few messages this morning from people saying that they will be watching this later. As things start to open up in New South Wales, everyone's rushing off to the hairdresser, the dentist, the doctor. So for those people that are watching this later and for those present, we'll have questions at the end. I'm going to run through the presentation. It should take about half an hour. We will send you out the presentation so you've got those training notes with you. But if you do have questions that we don't get to today, for those that are watching this after, please either message me or message the office. So I'm just going to go straight to sharing my screen and we'll have a look at my presentation. Here we are. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is the products from Gernetic, the Vital Transfer. So there is a face treatment cream here and a body treatment cream. Now these products are designed for women that are going through and have been through menopause. We will continue to use those. These products, once you've gone into that stage of menopause, you will continue to use both these products as a daily application. So what we're going to look at is just what we're going to go through today. So we'll have a look at the reasons that we've had a bit of a delay in really doing the training with this product, and that's because of the inclusion of the ingredient soy. So we're going to look at the concerns around soy as an ingredient and how we actually really customize this to our clients. We're going to look at the 3 stages of menopause, and we're going to look at the effect on the skin. So how does menopause and the drop in estrogen, how does that actually affect the skin, and how's Vital Transfer going to help that? And then we're going to go through the 2 products, the face and the body Vital Transfer. So I'll just need to move everyone's picture over here so I can see my presentation. So why the wait? We actually had this product with us about 18 months ago. So France launched this about 18 months ago. Myself, Jemima and Jacqueline looked at the ingredients and we sat down together and we went through the product as we always do. So what we were concerned about is that this range contains soy. And what you will find is that there's a lot of conflicting evidence around soy and its application on people that are having or suffering from breast cancer or under treatment for breast cancer. So what we decided to do was a sensible thing, was to put this launch on hold until we were comfortable about how we diagnose clients and how we recommended this. So, you know, Frank, being the good guy he is, it's not about making money for us. We needed to know that this was safe to use, and we also needed to know how we were going to diagnose it. So the ingredient that flagged it for us in here is an ingredient called genistein. And genistein is a phytoestrogen. So phyto means plant, so it's a plant estrogen. So estrogens are like chemical compounds, and they're present in certain plants like soy, which is what we're going to use. They're also in clover and in hops. So phytoestrogens are present in plants. They're small molecules similar to estrogen, but they're derived from the reproductive parts of those plants. So in the case of vital transfer, we're going to use that plant extract, that plant phytoestrogen, to actually ease the conditions that we will suffer as we start to go into menopause and the effects that it have on the skin. Now, the concern we have is that very high levels of estrogens have been linked in some studies to an increased risk of breast cancer. Now, oncologists here, and if you are under the care of an oncologist and they are treating you for breast cancer, they will recommend that you avoid soy milk in your diet. Now, for these reasons, this is why we really wanted to look at this. Okay, but we will go through what we've decided to do with this, but for the reasons we chose to hold off the launch for this range were those. So we continue to advise that the Vital Transfer range is not recommended to clients who are being treated for breast cancer. Now, although this hasn't had an official launch, we've had lots of salons already using the Vital Transfer range, and we've had amazing feedback on this, myself included. This product is absolutely fantastic. This has been launched around the world in the last 18 months, and there's been absolutely no problems with it. We are still suggesting that you do not recommend this product to clients if they're being treated for breast cancer. Now, we've also got here a position statement from the Cancer Council, and we're happy to pass on this document. This is, if you go onto the Cancer Council, this is their recent statement on soy, okay? And we've got the link on the presentation, but we can email this out to you if you do have any further questions. So the key message from the Council, when we're looking at soy and phytoestrogen, the results from experimental studies have been conflicting. So this is what we keep finding. There is nothing definitive in what they found with this. Soy products and phytoestrogen show both risk enhancing and risk reducing effects. So if you actually start to look at all these studies, you will find that there's actually a lot of studies that have been done to show that by having soy in your diet, it reduces your risk of cancer. But caution is required in interpreting the results of these studies and in such and relating to these phytoestrogens due to potential exposure and misclassification. So breast cancer, the World Cancer Research Fund found that there was insufficient evidence available on the association between the consumption of soy products and breast cancer. So around the world, you will have oncologists doing different things. In many countries in Europe, they will not tell you to avoid soy, but in Australia they do. And for that reason, we are saying this is absolutely fine to use on clients, but if they are being treated for breast cancer, it is not a product for them. So this is something that we went straight back to France and we asked them, you know, what tests have been done regarding the soy in here. And this is from Madame Nathalie Michel. She's the formulator. And as far as she's concerned, she says, as for the safety and the concern of the two creams, be assured that they have been reviewed positively by a urotoxicist and a toxologist. As you've highlighted, the review of the substance exposition concluded that no warning or cautions of use are required for our range. So it's not actually, you know, essential that we have to put a warning on here, but we are making sure that you are trained in this and that you are avoiding giving this to clients that are being treated for breast cancer. So she says the population you are mentioning is not part of the targeted and exposed populations since they are affected by specific health conditions. Hence, as the laboratory has always been advised, they must refer to their GP or in this case, obviously their oncologist. So in summary, this product is completely safe to use, but we are not recommending it for clients that are in the care of an oncologist and are being treated for breast cancer. So let's look at all the amazing things that we'll get from using this product. So what we're going to go through now is the stages of menopause, just to clarify that for you and who we are giving this to. So Vital Transfer is for clients that are in perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. So what is that? Doctors have identified 3 stages of menopause, and Vital Transfer is beneficial and prescribed in all 3 stages. So perimenopause usually occurs 3 to 4 years before a woman enters menopause, but it may begin as early as 10 years before. During this time, what's happening is the ovaries are starting to reduce the amount of estrogen. Okay, ultimately they will stop releasing eggs and the woman will stop having periods. The perimenopause phase most commonly occurs in women in their 40s, but you may find that some women in their 30s are in that perimenopause. They can go to the doctors and they can get bloods done, and that will check their hormone levels, and that will give you a clearer indication of where they're at. The symptoms of perimenopause may become more pronounced as she gets closer to menopause. Menopause symptoms, declining hormone levels can lead to a number of symptoms. So we can start to get irregular periods, and that's the most notable symptom of a woman entering perimenopause. So how's this going to affect the skin if a woman's going into perimenopause? It is different to menopause and beyond because you are still producing estrogen. So during perimenopause, you may start to get hot flushes. So you might find that your skin becomes red or flushed. So if your clients are saying that they're getting heat or redness in the skin, it could be that they're heading towards menopause. Also, another indication is that they're starting to get breakouts. We always hear these women as they get older, they're saying, oh, why am I starting to get breakouts on my skin? You know, I'm not a teenager anymore. And that will be in part due to that reduction in the estrogen. So skin that was previously balanced, it might start to get overly dry, or it might start to get oily in patches as well. And sometimes women will have rosacea at this point as well. That's another indication that they could be in perimenopause. The next stage is menopause, and interestingly enough, menopause is actually just 1 year to the day of the last period that you had. So it's actually 1 day, menopause. So we talk about menopause a lot, and that's actually just the 1 day, which is a year since you last had your period. So a woman is in menopause when she has not had a period for 12 months in a row. This occurs at an average of about 51 years. So postmenopause. Postmenopause is the stage after that menopause, so that year after we haven't had a period. At this stage, a woman may experience an increase in symptoms associated with a reduction of the estrogen. Now, I've got a big list of things here that we'll start to see in the skin that is postmenopause. So when we're looking at clients and diagnosing them, this is some of the things that we will start to see when they become sort of late 40s, 50 plus. So we're looking at collagen loss is obviously one of the main things we're going to see in the skin. Decreased estrogen will reduce the production of your glycosaminoglycans, and we did a big training the other week on hyaluronic. So the main GAG, or your glycosaminoglycan, is that hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is really good at holding that moisture in the skin, plumping the skin, and also it will stimulate the collagen production in the skin. Now, a frightening little fact for you here: in the initial 5 years after menopause, a woman may lose as much as 30% of her collagen. So 5 years after that menopause, we can look at losing as much as 30% of collagen content. The rate of collagen loss will then decline again 2% every year. So annually after that, we'll start to use 2%. So it's really important that we're looking at boosting collagen production in the skin as we are in that postmenopausal stage. So what's that going to look like on the skin? What are we going to see? This is what we often hear, you know, a loss of firmness. So the skin starts to become looser, there's a loss of elasticity, those lines and wrinkles get deeper on the skin, there's a reduction in the elastic fibers in the dermal layer as well, so we're losing all that elasticity and the firmness. We start to drop, literally. Less GAG, which is your glycosaminoglycan, so less hyaluronic acid, less moisture, which means that we lose the ability to hold on to that moisture because the barrier is compromised as well. So the skin can start to feel drier, it can feel flaky as well. As I said, the barrier function is compromised, so that can be, if that barrier is not working correctly, we can have irritation and infection, so the skin can become sensitive as well. The thinning of the skin as well, we'll often see the skin will start to appear less plump and actually literally thins. The dermis and the hypodermis of the skin thins during menopause, causing a reduction in the growth and maintenance of the blood capillaries. So another thing you'll start to see is that the skin can start to look duller because we're not getting really good blood flow. We get less capillary structure, and it's one of the reasons that Jacqueline, I know, always recommended Vasco through menopause, because it increases that blood flow and helps to correct and restructure those capillaries. So if we're not getting that good blood flow, what effect are we going to have on the skin? The nutrition, we're going to have less nutritional uptake into those basal cells, the oxygen uptake, so they become nutrient deficient. The skin appears duller as there is less blood flow, so we can get that, you know, almost grey and glowy skin because we're not getting the blood flow. Wounds will heal slower. And the skin loses its hypodermis, that fat in the hypodermis. So again, that plumpness and density in the skin starts to be less apparent. There's a famous quote by Madonna, I always remember. She said, you either choose your face or your body. And you'll see that women that have a very low fat content, as they get older, their skin will actually suffer for that, because they're losing the fat and the density in their face, because they chose to, you know, have a low fat diet, and to keep the weight off, you're losing it in the face as well. So Madonna, if you remember, she lost a lot of weight as she got through her 50s, and she got quite gaunt looking. Obviously she's had fat implants now, and that is one option, is you can look to have those fat implants and fillers to densify the skin. Moving on to the next page, this is more hormonal acne. So as we start to go through menopause, or we've hit menopause, the hormones estrogen and progesterone fluctuate during menopause. So the ratio of each of these hormones is out, and women's testosterone levels will increase, and that can result in that hormonal acne. The effect on the skin, inflamed cysts around the lower face. Fiona touched on this yesterday. So we're looking here for ovaries, and you may find that they're getting deep inflamed cysts, and that's because of that boost in testosterone. Oily skin during menopause, as estrogen levels decrease, the hormone testosterone is no longer balanced out again, and that's stimulating those sebaceous glands. So people might find that they get oiliness, they get thicker sebum on the skin as well, so they can look oily and shiny. Next one we know about is the pigmentation. We can start to get that melasma as we go through menopause and post-menopause. This can result in those brown age spots on the hands, the neck, and the chest. Vitamin D, we have less vitamin D levels as we start to go through menopause. We know that our calcium absorption is reduced from that. We often talk about people, you know, having the bones get less dense as we go through menopause. Calcium is really important because that boosts collagen and cell renewal, and you may find that the skin becomes dry because of that calcium drop as well. So we've been through all of the bad sides of it. Let's look what we can do to try and treat that. So as I said, we have two products. We have our Vital Transfer cream, and then we have the Vital Transfer for the body. Okay, both of these products will come in retail, and they come in salon as well. So we'll look at how we can incorporate those into the treatment as well. So there's 3 biological extracts, those phytoestrogens. There's 5 ingredients to restructure the collagen and the elastin. Then we're working on the capillary and the blood flow. We've got those beautiful amino acids that Gernetic's so famous for. And then we've got all the essential fatty acids that are really going to help with that dryness, and then the elements, trace elements, and the vitamins in the product as well. So the Vital Transfer, as I said, it comes in a 50 ml in retail. And if you look at the packaging, it's different to the usual packaging. You've actually got a rose gold lid on this packaging for the retail. So for the face cream, you've got a 50 ml. It says 250, but it's a 50 ml. And what's so nice with this product is it smells beautiful. Those of you that have used it, this is the feedback I've had on it. It is just delightful to use. The smell of it is beautiful. You've got peach, blackcurrant in there. There's bergamot, sandalwood, rose, violet. It smells absolutely gorgeous. The salon size of that will be in the 250. That's what I've got there, yeah. The 250, so you can get, oh, right.
Body.
150. There we go. That's the salon size. The body cream comes in a retail 150 ml and a salon size 250 ml, which is what I was holding up before, so I was getting confused with my packaging there. And again, these smell absolutely beautiful, lavender, lotus, and lime in there. And again, the body cream will have the rose gold lid and the packaging. So let's have a look at some of these ingredients that are in these products. So genistein is the one we were talking about at the beginning, the phytoestrogen. So we're using that in soy, clove, and hops. And genistein is found in the face and in the body. Okay, genistein has a small molecular size and can be easily absorbed through the skin. Now, phytoestrogens are great because the body accepts them really easy. They're tiny molecules and they have a delivery system already built into them. So we have receptors in the skin that are ready for those. And those receptors you'll find in the dermis and in the epidermis as well. And they'll help to boost the skin and give it a more youthful, balanced appearance. Studies show that by activating these receptors in the skin, these plant-derived molecules activate the fibroblasts. And we were looking at that collagen reduction. So if we're boosting those fibroblasts, it's going to stimulate collagen, elastin, your hyaluronic acid in the well as well. It'll boost cell renewal as well. And that's going to help with repairing the skin and improving the quality of the skin. Genistein is going to improve that hydration, as I said, that boosts the hyaluronic acid content in the skin. And the more of that we know, we get that beautiful, dewy, plump appearance in the skin. It holds 1,000 times its own weight in moisture. And in this way, phytoestrogens can help produce a hydrated, healthy skin. Using the genistein in here will also help to delay that loss of firmness because they're going to boost the elastin, reducing that sagging or loss of tone in the skin. We also have an effect on the sensitivity in here because genistein is going to soothe and calm the skin. It will help to reduce inflammation, redness, and irritation. And they will also help to balance sebum. So where we're getting that increase in the oil flow, it'll actually help to balance that out as well. Genistein also has an antioxidant action in the skin. So estrogen is an antioxidant, and so are the plants that mimic it. And genistein acts as a free radical scavenger in the skin and reduces free radical damage. Reduction in pigmentation or melasma. Now, another thing with phytoestrogens, this genistein will act as a tyrosinase inhibitor, which means it will stop that the reaction in the skin of that boost of the pigment. So it'll slow down the pigment production and reduce the appearance of age spots, and in turn have a brightening effect on the skin. So we can see that I've been through all the lists of things that happen as we go through menopause, and here you can see that this range will help to combat all of those concerns that we've talked about. The next ingredients we're looking at is really boosting the essential fatty acids in the skin. We've got lots of beautiful oils in these ranges, and you will find that the vital transfer is richer than what we're looking at with Muso or GERlift. It feels more silky to the touch. It has got all those essential fatty acids in it. So you've got in the face the squalene. Squalene we're getting from olive. Squalene is found naturally in the skin, and it's an oil that helps to balance out and hydrate the skin. So we've put olive squalene in the face. We've also got beeswax in there, and beeswax really helps with the barrier and reinforcing the barrier of the skin, and it has wound healing properties, and it also acts as an antioxidant. We've got a plant-based native collagen in here as well, and that's from an algae. And by putting that in there, we help with the suppleness and the collagen production in the skin. So in turn, we're going to reduce those fine lines and wrinkles. So in the face, you've got squalene, which is from the olive, you've got beeswax, and you've got that native collagen. In the body, we've just got the squalene and the beeswax. All these essential fatty acids here, beautiful oils in here. The Sasha Inchi oil, there's a picture of it here. It's a little star shaped, and it comes from Peru. I've used this before. It's a really lovely oil, really high in your omega-6 and 9. Borage oil, which comes from this little blue flower here, really high in that vitamin F, your essential fatty acids. Evening primrose oil. Loofah, which is your sea cucumber here. Almond, avocado, and shea butter. Those are all in the face. Lots of essential fatty acids helping with the cell membrane, the barrier function in the skin. Then your vital transfer for the body has that Sasha Inchi and the borage and the almond oil. So you can feel we're really replenishing the skin when we use this product. And you will feel that the comfort level as soon as you apply this is just beautiful. More ingredients we have found in the face and the body. Sphingosphene, which is found naturally in the body, and that helps improve cell turnover. So we're putting that in the face, and that's helping to boost that cell turnover, which is obviously, as we're aging, is going to slow down its antioxidant, and that will reduce inflammation in the skin as well. Calcium is boosting that cell turnover, and it will also help with collagen production. Peptides, we're using different peptides in here to boost the cell communication, collagen, and elastin production. Silica's in here as well. That's collagen, and that's going to give you that firming and tightening as well. The marine alginate's in here, vitamins and minerals. To work on that blood flow, we said that we're reducing that capillary. We're not getting the nutrition and the blood flow. We can find that the capillaries become weaker. We're boosting the collagen in this entire range. But the witch hazel and the butcher's broom, they have a natural astringent action, and they will improve blood flow as well. So that means that we're getting more nutrition to those basal cells, which means that the skin's going to be healthier, more nutritional uptake. So we've got soothing properties from the butcher's broom, and then we're boosting that blood circulation again with the blood flow. So you can see we're addressing all of those concerns. We're getting the collagen, we're boosting the hydration in the skin, we're getting those essential fatty acids, we're improving the barrier, and we're working on the blood flow and the nutritional uptake. So how do we look at using the Vital Transfer? Now, I've used the Vital Transfer face. I mean, I'm mid-40s. I'm not actually going through menopause yet, but I have found this product absolutely beautiful to use. I've been using it at night under my synchro. But looking at the application methods, there's lots of different ways, obviously, depending on what your client is using at home. So it's difficult for me to give you an exact amount. So some people can just use Vital Transfer with synchro over it. I have had clients giving me feedback that they're using Vital Transfer alone during the day. If that works for you, I would recommend that you use synchro over. But what you will find is, because that texture is a little bit richer than your Miu Muso or your Gerlift, it is very comfortable on the skin. So we would recommend that you use Miu Muso first. If you're recommending Miu Muso to your clients, and I suggest you do because that's working on the muscle, that would be used first because that's working deeper in the skin, then the lift cream over the top of it, and then Vital Transfer, if you want to use that, would be used over lift cream as well, and then synchro. If you did want to use a protective day cream, the Marine Day or the Parfait Day are going to be absolutely fabulous combined with that. At night, we put here Marine Gel Lift or the Parfait Serum, and then Vital Transfer over it. You know, when we're looking at Parfait, this does not replace Parfait. We are saying that clients should be using, when they're through menopause or at that perimenopause phase, they should be using the Vital Transfer every day. We've been through all the list of what happens as we go through menopause, and it is important that we recommend that the client use the Vital Transfer ongoing. It is not a course. So they can use the Parfait Serum definitely as a booster in combination with this, but we would recommend that they continue to use that product daily if they're at that stage in life. Parfait Night is beautiful over the Vital Transfer, and your synchro obviously, and Cytobi. So if you're doing that at home, we would recommend boost the results of that with your weekly application of a Immuno or Marine Gel Lift Mask or your Hydra Gel Mask. For the body, in your salon treatment. So if we're using Vital Transfer in a treatment, definitely it's a really beautiful addition, especially as your clients are going to really enjoy the scent that they get from that product as well. So we would recommend that they use the Midol Special Plus after cleansing. Then you can use your Miu Muso, same as we said in retail, so use at home the Miu Muso because it's penetrating deeper into the skin. Then the lift cream, if they want to use Parfait Serum, that would go underneath. And then Gel Lift. Then, oh, hang on a minute, that one there should say, the Gel Lift, it's missing from there, sorry, Gel Lift, you should have your Vital Transfer in there. And then follow with massage and your nuclear and Cytobi. You can use any mask over the top of the Vital Transfer. Obviously, I put Immuno and the anti-age lifting mask here, but your mineral mask is beautiful to use with this, or the vegetal mask as well. If they've got any sensitivity and redness, that vegetable mask is going to be beautiful to use in combination. And then moving on to your home care with the body treatment. In a salon treatment, if you're using the body, the Vital Transfer would be used after any of your treatment creams. So when I'm saying treatment creams, I'm talking about Adipogasto, your Somito. This would used after that, and then the mineral mask. And same at home. If they're using any of the treatment creams, that would be applied first, and then you apply the Vital Transfer body over that. Although you can use the Vital Transfer alone at home, it's absolutely fine to do so. So in summary, you can see that that range will address all of the conditions that we're looking at as we start to go through menopause. It is safe. We genuinely believe at this point that, you know, for you to retail this, if you're making sure those clients are not under the care of an oncologist and being treated for breast cancer, this is absolutely safe. As we said, we've watched around the world. It's done very well in the UK and in France, and there's been absolutely no issues with it. We're happy to send out all the documentation here to back that up, but we would not be launching this if we did not feel it was safe, and the results far outweigh any concerns that we have with it. So any questions that you have, if you want to post those in the chat box through to Frank now, or those of you that are watching this after, as I say, please just message me directly. But these products are available now, and Frank's got an excellent offer for you as well. So I can pass back over to Frank. If you've got questions, please just pop those in, and he will go through the offers that we've got now.
Thank you, Danielle. That was very interesting. My God, all the things that happen when we go through menopause. I wonder what happens to men. I know that there is such a thing as a menopause.
From the horse's mouth.
Well, thank you, Danielle. I really enjoyed that presentation.
Right, well, yes, we did it nice and quickly, so you didn't have to sit there for too long, because I know a lot of people are getting through a lot of
I know Sue was driving while she was listening. There's a few people driving, or
little podcast for her.
Yeah, I love the enthusiasm from everybody. It's fantastic. Christina, it's lovely to see you, and thank you for your comments. And Loanne too, thank you. And Janice, it's lovely to see you too. So I wish everybody well. Take care, and we'll see you soon. See you next week.
And as I say, if anyone's got any extra questions, just contact me directly.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.